Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all know what this is. College Game Day live with the 22 crew of views. True Man and the False World reporting live from the scene. We are here. We here. We here. DVR Czar Trav is in the building. We got the first lady here somewhere, and then everybody else. Hey,
They'll pop on when
if
they pop
when it
on.
comes down to it, when they ready, they ready. Trav, adjust your mic real quick.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
You need a little bit more. Need some more volume on that jump.
Mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Holla if you hear me. I get it going by the time we get it cracking. So just just
Yeah, but
just
keep anyway.
just
With
just
everything
speak
being
with me.
said, everything being said, again, as we say, this is obviously another week of college football and everything else like that. So, what I would like for everybody to do is just get ready for another exciting week. We got some things to discuss from week one, as we see. Um, First lady, where the first lady at?
Right here. Hello,
Okay,
gentlemen.
all right. Making sure you ain't just leave.
Of course not.
She still hasn't graced us with the camera on yet.
Um, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
There are
Mm-hmm.
adjustments that need to be made.
So first things first. What are some things, Trav, for you that you've seen from the first week that you really, really, really have? Let's just say, for lack of better terms, what you really seen from week one going into week two here. Um, what are some things that you've seen that maybe were disappointing?
Florida State. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Quarterback play is putrid at the highest level. Um, it's just not good at all for Florida State. Um, you got a good defense, but your defense can't be on the field too long because your offense is just not there. I mean, your offense is three and out, defense on the field all the time. So when your offense can't hold up their end of the bargain, the defense will not hold up the end of their bargain. I mean, everything meshes when the offense is going. I mean, you got quarterbacks missing wide open throws. I mean, we actually seen that Thursday night. But you see how that goes. When your quarterback don't hit the open man, you lose. Um, the defense is out on the field the whole time because it's trying to cover up for the offense. And I mean, Florida State need a new quarterback. But the thing that shocked me, well, it didn't shock me because I knew it was going to happen because this team is somewhat scared of them, and that's Florida getting touched up by Miami. Miami, Miami trying to be back. They trying to be back. They trying to act like they in the 90s again. And I think football need that. As much as I don't like Miami, football need Miami to be back to promise, back to competing, back to playing these big teams and putting up numbers and stuff like that. But Jern, Florida State is a disappointment, and Miami is a let's see this again. Let's see if this really.
Well, let me start by saying this. I don't know if I agree or disagree about Miami because I think you just need one Florida team to be good at a time.
No, you don't. You need to. You need to.
I'm gonna say I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. But why you say two?
You need to because here's the thing about the Florida schools. The main three schools are what? Florida State, Florida,
Mm-hmm.
Miami. When it's all said and done, two of those games are primetime games. You need one of them games to be at 7 o'clock at night. Either it's Florida, Florida State, Florida, Miami. Well, that ain't happening. Not the Florida, Miami, but you need that Florida State and Miami game to be at a prime time hour. Yes, you got the Ohio State and Michigan comes on at 11 o'clock. You getting the crust out of your eyes, but you getting the crust out of your eyes for a reason because that's gonna be a head slap. They killing each other. And you probably will have a Texas game or whatever it may be in the midday. That Florida State game, or that Miami and Florida State game, that used to be the 7 o'clock game. You used to stay up, or you used to take a nap or something. That's what it's ratings. If you want good ratings, two Florida teams have to be good. Two Florida teams have to be good. Just like the Tebow, when Florida was on the map at 7 o'clock game, it don't matter. They was carrying. Now at that time, it was one team, and that was Florida. They was carrying that torch that prime time game. But when you get both of them to competing and they top 10, man, it's nothing like it. Television is nothing like it. But when you got Miami and they bring that I hate to use the word, but swagger, they bring that bravado. You got the Ed Reeds coming on the sideline, the Micah Irvins, you got the Ray Lewis's, all them guys on the sideline. They talking they ish over there, down there in Miami. They talking, they got the crowd riled up, man. You need that. It need to be two teams in Florida this year. It need to be two teams in Florida this year competing at a high level, because when those two teams collide at that 7 o'clock game, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it.
Well, I want to be the first to tell y'all, it won't be this year. So, and with everything being said, Tanya, what about you? Is anything, any surprising things, any shocking things?
Um, Besides, I will agree with Trav, which is, that will never happen again. So y'all need to record that. Um, Florida State, really, I really wasn't expecting them to be 0-2 right now. I wasn't expecting that at all. LSU kind of disappointed me a little bit. Well, not me, but I guess the sports world, because but that would be the biggest things for me. Those two games kind of disappointed me a little bit.
So if I have to go next, I'll say this. I was more disappointed by, let's say, for lack of better terms, some of the performances from some of the top teams and some wins. Michigan
So was
looks like they're
I.
gonna Michigan look like they're gonna have some problems with offense this year. That's how it looks so far. They play Texas today. Texas can score. Michigan, I don't care how good your defense is, you still got to be able to score 27 points in college football to be able to be successful. I think that's the magic number for a good offense is 27 points in college football. That right there is a key thing for me, though. Michigan is going to be able to play defense, but are you going to be able to score? Oregon. Now, you got me a little confused here because you supposed to put up points last week. You struggled, and you struggled mightily. You won, yeah, you did win by enough of a margin, but at the same time, what I need, when we play some of these lesser teams again, the goal should be to, for lack of better terms, have some of our better practice games against them. But I was a little concerned with some of those teams and their performances. Thus, we get Germ Lepar. That's why he's here today. Because we're going to talk about these parlay woes and these parlay highs and things like that. Because these spreads last week, everybody covered for the most part that I picked, and everybody who I knew wasn't going to cover, ended up, pretty much showing they hand last week. So I'm gonna give y'all an example of a couple of woes that we had, and then I'm gonna let these guys chime in. My first woe was, of course, Oregon and Michigan. Lord, them was ooh wee. I don't know what happened there. Houston, we have a problem. How did y'all get y'all ass kicked like that? UNLV, them little horses was in there all over y'all. It was bad.
The
And
rebels.
then not to make things even worse, I had a chance to cash out and everything else like that. Arizona State, Arizona. Some of these teams that were supposed to be big, heavy favorites came out real flat. So
Agreed.
I don't know, man. We're gonna see.
I
Hey, I'm gonna give y'all a couple, lay pars, but my parlay woes was a little rough last week.
What's my guy? They call him T Mac, the wide receiver, and he from Arizona or is
I think so.
yeah, he had now that guy there had like 4 touchdowns in one game.
I
Now.
I'm yeah,
So,
I was a little I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't impressed with nobody last. Nobody. From number one all the way down to number two, unranked. I wasn't impressed with nobody.
Okay. So this week, I'm gonna give you a couple for sure locks. I'm gonna give you three. Ohio State this week against Western Kentucky, I believe it is.
Uh-huh.
I think it's 38.5. That's a great spread for them. The number 6 team in the country is Ole Miss.
Uh-huh.
Ole Miss is some scoring ass people.
I'm gonna say something about that too. Go ahead.
They should put up 60 points today.
he's been
Yep.
trying to put up 60 every week.
I know, but I'm saying they should put up 60 points today.
They play Middle
That
Tennessee.
spread is 42.5
Yeah.
or 43.5. One or the other. Either way, I think you need to check the little box to say
Right now it's 43.
43. Yeah.
Either.
Check the little box to say they cover. Instead of and so for another game, for Michigan and Texas, the over under is, I believe, 45 or something like that. Tanya,
Okay.
can you correct me?
41.5.
41.5.
That's
Take the
okay.
over.
That's
Take the
okay.
over.
Yeah.
Take the over. If you don't want to bet the spread, which the spread is like 7.5 in favor of Texas, take the over. That's a great over for you. You look real good with them three things on your ticket. Um, who else? If you like UFC this week, UFC is the last game on the slate. They play at 11 o'clock. You probably want to take the 30 some point spread that they're gonna have tonight too. And Oregon spread tonight should be safe at 19.5, or is it 21.5 by now?
Who? Oregon? Let me see. What time they play?
Oregon plays at 10, I believe.
Oh Lord. I'm gonna be okay.
Who gonna be up for that?
Is 19. I'm gonna be up because we taking over Atlanta this weekend. We'll talk about that tomorrow. It's which one you want in the spread or the over under?
Both.
Right now, I think 19 is the. I don't know why it's 19. But 61.5 over under.
So the spread is 19. It's
Mm-hmm.
19.5, right?
19. It went down to 19.
I went down to 19. So the spread is 19. You're safe to take that 19 points. They should win by 20, 21 points today. That's a really good spread for Oregon. Over under for them, 61 points is essentially saying they score 42 and the other team score 19.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'll be thinking about. Let's see. Is there anybody else? I think those are some good ones just to start off this week. So don't overthink it. Don't do nothing crazy. Oh, Alabama. You can take Alabama's spreads against these lesser teams because they're gonna score 50 until they get into playing some real defenses.
Man,
So I just gave y'all 5 games that y'all can use in unison. If you use those games that I just gave y'all and you use what I just gave you in any combination, in any order, you can take all 5. You can do 4. You can do 3. You can do 2, and you can do 1. And you can bet 50, 100, whatever you want to bet. That's your business. I am not. Listen, the one thing we will say here at the scene is the gambling that you do is on you and not on me. But I'm just trying to give y'all a couple extra dollars. You see?
What I about to say? Do Alabama got a dude that need a permission slip to play and end up getting a player of the week for the
Yeah, he was 17. He's 17.
Yep.
He's 17.
Balling,
He's a true freshman. He's 17.
Yep. Him and Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State both had really big weeks. Ironically, Jeremiah had 4 catches and he had 2 catches, but both of his went for 70-yard touchdowns.
His 2 went for 70 yards. Touchdown.
And then Jeremiah had 2 touchdowns as well, but he only had 90 yards. I mean, they're the two. I think in retrospect, those are the 2 youngest true freshmen in college football.
In college, yep. He's
and they both
17-year-old is the youngest.
Yep, and they're both already, like, both of them were 5-star recruits, if I'm not mistaken, too. So, I don't know, man. That NIL money ain't looking too funny.
I don't think he turned 18 till like February or something like that. Like, he's gonna be 17 for a minute. I don't think he turned 18 for a while.
Well, so I want y'all to know something too. Y'all know, so you know that mean he probably gonna be 19 when he's eligible to play in the NFL. So what that means too. That man gonna be rich forever. He gonna be rich forever. Him and y'all 20 being 19 and 20 when you get drafted, bro. That's a whole different thing. Because now you give yourself room for you to your prime years because your prime years don't really come until after your rookie contract. So you talk about being 24, 25 with your big deal, and then being 30, getting a whole nother big deal.
I was listening to a podcast, and I didn't know this, but Marshawn Lynch was one of the youngest guys to ever enter the draft. He was 20. He was 20. He was 20.
This boy might beat him.
Man.
This boy might beat him.
I was listening. I think it's the.
I don't think it's a mic. It's him. I don't think it's a mic. I don't think it's a mic because 3 years at Alabama is all you need. You don't need 4 years at Alabama or Ohio State.
That man can stay 4 years and still be the youngest to enter the league. Like 20 going to the NFL. Man, dude, that's wild, man.
Yeah,
wow.
Having late birthdays and stuff and whatever the case.
Well, his birthday ain't late. He just reclassified. Oh, he graduated early.
Yeah, he graduated
early. Like Tanya said, his birthday is in February.
Yeah, he's smart. He graduated early.
He reclassified. Most people reclassify to go. A lot of people. I'm not gonna say most people. A lot of people reclassify under, so they could be higher than their age class. That
Mm-hmm.
way, the older, the more mature, you playing against lesser. This young fella been playing above his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
So him being sick, he was 16 graduate. Well, he
Graduate
was just
early
turned
here
17
when he graduated.
graduating in
Yep.
February. He just turned 17. You usually graduate high school when you're 18, or right
Mm-hmm.
there, or your birthday is months from being from that May
Mm-hmm.
threshold. You got 2 or 3 months, or maybe a month or so to turn 18.
Mm-hmm.
This young fella here just turned 17. He had a whole nother year. He could have
Mm-hmm.
reclassified down and graduated with his actual class.
Yeah, he graduated early.
He graduated early.
Mm-hmm.
So the young guy's good, man. I seen that. I was like, oh wow.
So, you know, just want to let y'all know that's just how you lay par with a star. Jerm lay par.
My God.
Now, this week, week 2, Tanya, what games do we have for the people?
We have I was looking last night too for some really big, I mean for some big games. I see Texas and Michigan. That's the first one. Um Another game I see I think might be a little interesting is well, first of all, I'm concerned as to why Iowa and Iowa State playing so early in the year. But outside of that, um most of the top teams really aren't playing anybody yet. But then we got uh now I don't think they're gonna bounce back, but they got Oklahoma and Houston.
Hmm.
I don't think they bounce back. This Notre Dame game, I want to see this game. It's not necessarily a big game in my eyes, but I really want to see it. And
You
I
want to see
also want to
Notre Dame
see
comes out.
Who Notre
Mi-
Dame playing?
they play. Oh gosh, what's that team? I just learned the name of them last night because they keep showing the whatchamacallit on TV, but I never really know the name of the damn team. It's Northern Illinois. But
Okay.
what I really want to see though, I want to see Colorado and
Colorado,
guess what?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Colorado,
Yeah,
Nebraska. Yes.
Colorado, Nebraska. That's the game I really want to see.
Oh yeah, people be tuned in. What time the game coming on?
That's
7 o'clock.
7:30 Eastern.
That's what time?
7:30 Eastern.
Yeah, see, they taking that prime time spot right now. While
It's a
all
top. Yeah, it's a
while
top.
all the other teams are not playing, like the top teams, they're getting that spot. So if Colorado is not ranked now, if they beat Nebraska, they're going to be ranked this the coming week, next week 3.
Tennessee. Well, there's a rank. It's a ranked game. 14, number 14, Tennessee. Number 24, North Carolina State.
Mm-hmm.
That's at 7:30. But other than that, like I said, the top teams really don't play anybody yet. So
Well, game of the week is obviously going to be Texas
and
and
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
2 top 10 schools. I think it's Michigan's first big game of the year. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
that they.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say it's their season because their season could very well be still when they go to the Big Ten championship with
Ohio
whoever it
State
is, whoever else it
is.
is. We may see Ohio State and Michigan 3 times this year, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We might see them 2 weeks in a row, or two and 3, 4 weeks in a row, and then we might see them in the college football playoff. So you just put y'all, you know, for all the blue bloods out there, just get your popcorn ready. Texas, I want to see y'all. I want to see what you guys are going to look like against a defense that's going to be able to cover some of your wideouts.
Mm-hmm.
They have some pretty good defensive backs over there. My biggest thing that I want to see in general, just moving forward from Texas, is I would like for I would like to just see Texas be consistent. Let's form a consistent game plan week to week on how we want to dissect and attack teams. We have the quarterback power. Now let's just show that we have everything else that we need to compete for a national championship.
Now this
Speaking,
game,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Speaking of the
Michigan,
quarterback power, Arch Manning is really riding not the wave, but when they got lead, that's Arch Manning.
Yeah.
I was thinking he was about to transfer to LSU.
Oh no, he wasn't gonna do that.
I thought he was gonna do. I thought for some reason he was gonna do that because I don't know if he wanted to wait, but I think the setup. I think a setup is going to be in Texas next year. Texas is going to be. We're really going to be hearing from Texas next year. Although we hear from them now with the cover boy, one of three cover guys of the college football NCAA 2K25. I mean, I think Arch. I think Arch. It's something up in Texas. It's something up in Texas, and be on the lookout, not for this year, but really next year. That's what I want to see.
okay. Michigan. Can we score some points or no?
They'll
They're
have
gonna
to.
do something.
They're gonna have to do it today. But however, speaking of Michigan, their wide receiver Joe Taylor is out with an undisclosed injury, and Jack Tuttle, quarterback, is questionable with the elbow.
Mm.
This ain't Texas. My bad. So with everything being said, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna pick the game too. That's just me. Y'all ain't gotta pick if y'all want to. Give me Texas today. Um, I, I'm inclined to say that they cover the spread. Give me Texas with the points. Um, on the road. I just really think that that's a good matchup for them. Tennessee and NC State. Um, I just want to see NC State. What's your identity?
Mm-hmm.
They
This is a
don't
good
have
game for you to for you to for you to
oh yeah.
for you to get one. But at the same time, Tennessee, keep your foot on the gas
Mm-hmm.
because you are right there within striking distance of being right there for the big dance.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Who
what
is
you do.
that? Who is that coach there? Is it Josh Heupel or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gonna put up points.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna put up points.
I want to talk to Georgia real quick.
Go ahead.
Yes, Georgia. Hello. Listen, you're gonna win this week by a lot. By you should win by a whole lot. Um, because I had never seen Tennessee Tech a day in my life. But what I'm about to tell you, okay, Georgia, listen, I don't know if y'all had came down here and went to like Blue Flame or Magic City or something. Um, your schedule after today, and well, after next week, really, you can't just you're not gonna be able to go into halftime with 6 points and think you're gonna win the game. You play a lot of teams that you got to score points, or you got to try to keep them from scoring points. You play Alabama, you play Texas, you play Ole Miss, you play Tennessee. Ole Miss goes come scoring out the gate. So this is not a team that you're gonna have three and out a whole lot. Um, so this slow start and stuff, like y'all been doing this the last couple of years, and that's fine. You know, and I'm never gonna discredit y'all for being the
I
number
was
one team
just
in the
about to
country.
say. I was just
Yeah,
about.
and I'm never gonna discredit y'all from being number one in the country because I'm a football fan first and I'm an SEC graduate after. But what I will say is this is not the year. Y'all don't got Stetson Cologne no more. Okay. You can't go out scoring 6 points at halftime and winning games. Okay. We can't do that again, all right? Thank you. Amen. Yes, praise the Lord. Go ahead, Trey.
Yeah, Georgia always been like that though. That's the whole point.
They have, but
I
they
think
now
I
you don't
think I
have
think I
what
think
you had.
Kirby. I think Kirby know how to strike a match when it's time to strike a match.
That's true. But
And
again, you got
and
people now that are good too.
and I think he's playing the field when he starts off like that because you don't give him nothing to go off of until it's time to. And when it's time to, Georgia can score with the best of them.
They can.
They can beat the best of them, as we have seen these last couple of years.
I agree with that. But
So
you,
so
you
so I think that tightens up today. That they get in the end zone
that's true. Again, though,
early.
you're playing teams that are now getting better. So it's not like you can, that's not something you can do all the time.
Cause week 3, who do they play?
They play week 3. They don't play nobody week 3. They ain't playing. Like I said, they play
So
Kentucky.
so
Don't
they
we
going
don't
so they got to bye week 3.
we
Week
don't care about
4 they play
yeah.
Texas.
Who, Georgia?
Yeah. Who do they play?
They play, looking at their
I don't
schedule,
have it up on
on the
this.
14th they play Kentucky.
Okay,
Then they play Alabama.
yes, so that Kentucky game is going to be, and they got to go to Lexington, or they coming to
They got to go to
down the
Lexington.
hedges.
They got to go to Lexington. Then they got to
Okay,
break. Then they got to turn around and go to Tuscaloosa.
okay. So they go Georgia. I don't think it's no worry, but that's just something I get what you're saying because it's just not expected. We expect them to see 20. We expect to see 17 points in the first quarter with Georgia.
But it's not even
They'll
that
do it.
though. It's not even that though, Trav. They're now like it's not the fact that they start slow. People start. I mean, we started slow, but what I'm saying is they are playing so undisciplined at the beginning that
Yeah,
you could find you playing the wrong team, you can end up in a hole with that.
right.
Like that, it's not that
Yeah.
they just starting slow and but they're not. They were undisciplined. They had so many penalties and so many net mistakes that they don't normally make at the beginning of this game last week. You can't go into the end of your schedule or the middle of your schedule really and do that.
I think week zeros and week ones, they're getting those jitters. They're just tightening up. They're
And
just tightening
it
up.
wasn't just
We,
them, but I'm addressing them because
yeah,
you're gonna play Ole Miss in a few weeks, and they're gonna score.
you got to be on point. You got to be on point
Yeah,
defensively.
like you
You got
can't.
to be on point defensively with them.
But I saw it with Ohio State too. They were undisciplined as well in the first half. You
The
can't.
week zeros, week ones, you're gonna see a whole lot of
You can't. But
undisciplined football, and some teams get away with it because they're just
they're
better
good.
than
That's
these
what I'm
other teams.
saying. You can,
But
but you
when
can't go into the rest of your
right,
season like that. You
no,
can't.
they gonna Kirby Smart gonna get them guys together, and Georgia is gonna be Georgia. So
They losing in Tuscaloosa, but every other game, I'm sure they got it. Mhm.
So now that we've gotten that out the way, um, here's what I'm gonna say. With our 12-team format, we got a situation on our hands now where 1 and 2 losses is not going to be as big of a deal
Right.
as they were in previous years.
Mm-hmm.
So these 2 loss situations, so Georgia, being a number 1 team don't mean nothing. It ain't about being a number 1, number 2, number 3. It ain't about the number. It's about being the healthiest team playing your best ball at the right time.
right time.
Because now the last 6 weeks is the most important
Yep.
instead of the first 12 weeks. That right there, y'all, is the difference in what this means. That's what this college football playoff just added.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your best football needs to be played on the back end of your schedule. So Georgia is in a good spot though, because no matter what happens out of this stretch, even if they lose 2 games out of this stretch,
They'll still be
They
in
can
it.
still be in the SEC
Hmm.
championship game.
Yeah, they'll still be in it.
They have
Absolutely.
So you talking about a Georgia team that's gonna be fine regardless because it doesn't matter what happens to them because they're doing the meat of their schedule that they're playing is all early so they can figure out anything that they need to figure out as they continue to move forward throughout the season. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got to make sure that we get this sexy pick thing out of our heads because there's no such thing as a sexy pick.
Who said that?
These teams that are going to be winning from now on, you should be seeing 9 out of 10 times the best team in college football winning. 9 out of 10 times. Healthiest and the best should be winning now. So it's no more excuses, no more crying if you're 13.
It's no more. I don't want to see them. I'm tired of seeing them because I get that a lot.
It is what it is.
If a team, if a team in a top 12 in this top 12 deal, if it's a team that y'all don't think that's supposed to be in it, y'all need help.
No, for real.
Y'all need help at this point. Because at this point, we might well start a field at 64.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no, I mean, it's 12 teams at this point.
Mm-hmm.
12 freaking teams. 8 up front, 4 in the middle. Let's play on from there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you was mad. You was mad. I'm telling, like I told y'all last week, y'all lucky y'all ain't going by the computer system. You're lucky.
Yep.
You're very lucky. I done seen my team get robbed,
Mm-hmm.
and I done seen my team win a national championship off a computer system.
Agreed. Same. Yeah, agreed.
That AP poll, you got the coaches poll, which don't mean nothing, and then you got the AP poll, and you got
Yep.
0.8956 and 0.8952, and 0.8952 is in third place, and they done put them in the championship
Mm-hmm.
because of the strength of schedule. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
man, y'all, and then we did what was that? Then we went to the BCS,
Mm-hmm.
voting by people. Y'all got mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Then you get mad at this. If y'all get mad at this 12, yeah, it's something wrong. It's something wrong. It's something wrong. It's just something wrong. You just don't like college football at this point.
You just at this point you like to complain. At this point, you wasn't them people that always ask
And
to get mad.
it ain't gonna help at this point. It's not
Like you just somebody that likes to be miserable if you are upset right now.
I just don't want people to romanticize about certain teams not being in it or certain teams being in it because we should see the best 12 teams and we should see the best team win. That's what it should come down to. I don't care about the semantics. I don't care about nothing about the administration. I care about the fact that we have a new format, a new way to do things, and that we need to embrace that new thing and stop trying to find something wrong with it.
But
Mm-hmm.
everything that's new, people are going to find somebody to complain about it. Again, we got 12 teams, man. You got the top,
And
you to cut the top 24 in half and say the first half going to
and right now with the top 12 right now, this look like some real good games. So I don't understand what people are mad at.
mm,
So with that being said, we're gonna wrap up a little early today, y'all.
yes, Lord.
Final thoughts on the week, Trav.
I just I mean Tanya did hit on a point. I want to see the teams that are supposed to be the
Mm-hmm.
higher teams. I want them to start
To
off.
settle in.
I want to see their mistakes clean up.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to see their mistakes cleaned up. You want to see the Georgias and Michigans and these higher ranked teams play to their potential
Yeah.
this week. It's clean up time. Week
Even
one,
even us, because I wasn't impressed with us either.
yeah. So
So yeah.
all the teams that you seen that was kind of sloppy week one or week
Hmm.
zero. You want to see their adjustments and see how they cleaned up and see in that way because week three or week four you should see an identity of a college football team.
Yep.
That's what I want to see. I want to see these teams find their identity. Not fully, but you can see like, okay, this is what they're gonna do in the third quarter to set up the fourth quarter to finish this game.
Hmm.
So tightening up on the kinks is the thing for me for week two.
Okay. Tanya, anything from you?
No, I just like I said, like Trav said, I just really want to see these teams settle down a little bit and clean up because it was a lot of unnecessary mistakes, unnecessary penalties in most of the games of the top 10 last week. And I just really want to see I really want to see them kind of put it together.
So my final thought for the evening, for the morning. My final thought for the morning is let's embrace our new process. Let's look at it. Let's make the changes and adjustments needed
Yeah.
as we need them. But uh, I, I really don't have much else because this is just week three of a long season.
Yeah, I just want to see them just tighten up,
Yeah.
and I understand that was the first game. Those some people first games. It was just tight. I want to see them tighten up and start leaning to their identity.
Absolutely. So with that being said, we got Trav, we got the First Lady, True Man False World. We go 22. See y'all tomorrow. Views from the 22.